Hey everyone, welcome back to the Global Fashion Workshop. I remind you that we post new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So today we will be rebuilding the base for the sport clothes. For example, a sport jacket, tracksuit, joggers. The 10 measurement cutting system is not suitable here. Today is a very important lesson. All attention to the sketch. For now, we only need this sketch so that I can convey to you how the cut will look. Now to convert a base 10 measurements into a sports pattern. This also includes products for walking and oversized. Now I will be adjusting the width. This one was narrowed and this one was expanded so that they were the same in width. Next is the modeling of the undercuts. Cut the bottom band into the armhole. And we open half here and half here. Look here. I divided the shoulder undercut into an armhole and a shoulder undercut. We got additional freedom in the armhole. We need to put a point where it starts. 1.8 centimeters. Here's the shoulder. It is 13 centimeters. Let's move on. The undercut is carved up into 3 parts. One part stays here. Second part goes into the armhole and third part of the side seam. We will completely eliminate it. Here's our pattern. Now we output 1.3 here, 1.3 in the armhole and 1.3 should be here. It should look like this. This stuff is very difficult and it's hard to figure it out by yourself. We take a marker and put the end of the shoulder 13 centimeters from the beginning, point 13, and here point 13. These 2 points are equally distant from the shoulder and equally distant from the center of the front and the center of the back. This is the level of the beginning of the armhole. The beginning of the armhole and the beginning of the armhole are on the same level. And now we can draw round down the armhole. This is the starting armhole. I can cut it off now so that we don't get confused. And the back looked clear. This does not mean that the armhole will be right here. This is an intermediate stage. Now we deepen the armhole by 3 centimeters. I put black dots everywhere to make it clearer for you. Three, 3. It must be at the same level. This is our side seam, and I add another 2 centimeters to the side seam. One side is 2 centimeters and the other side is 2 centimeters. And now we have new side seams. What am I drawing now? The straight line that is our side seam of the bottom band. This is our back side seam. To find these 2 points, we deepen the armhole by 3 centimeters and expand 2. Thus, we get new points of the lower part of the armhole. Nothing complicated yet. Expand the shoulders by 2 centimeters. Check the shoulders. From this point, 13 plus 2 dot 15.
Вот от этой точки 13 плюс 2, от точки 13 плюс 2. 15.
We can remove all the patterns. The lines should look like the armholes.
Линии должны быть похожи все-таки на проймы. Конечно, они очень изменились, но все равно.
I would increase the bevel of the shoulder of the bottom band. From 10 measurements we got these patterns. This pattern will never lie again as we had a pattern of 10 measurements.
Эта выкройка уже никогда не будет лежать так, как у нас лежало 10 мерок.
Shoulder, back armhole, the armhole of the bottom band, shoulder. We don't need all these points. The balance and volumes were not disturbed, but the darts were gone and the armhole became large, 3 centimeters smaller and 2 centimeters wider. 4 centimeters each was added, and here the width was added 4 centimeters, and all this gives us such large dimensions. Let's move on. We do not measure the back and the bottom bands separately. We measure together. 63 centimeters. The armhole turned out to be 63 centimeters. We see the back and the bottom band extended by 2 centimeters and deepened down by 3 centimeters. All darts are modeled. This made the armhole so free. Let's move on. Here we deepened by 3 centimeters. You can do it by 4 or 2. Remember our number 3, it is very important. Each sleeve has an armhole depth line, and when we build, we know where the sleeve begins. This is called the armhole depth line. From it upward, you need to postpone the line and raise it to the distance at which we released the armhole. Raise this line by 3 centimeters and we carry it in both directions. This is the new depth of the armhole. Let's name it like that. Here is the top of the sleeve. The length of the armholes, bottom band, backs together is 63 centimeters. Therefore, we carve up 63 by 2. It turns out that 31.5 is half of the armhole. Now we take a ruler, look carefully. Here I don't have enough and I have to glue some paper. New armhole depth line. You see here you need to extend the paper in both directions. Look at the ruler, 31.5 centimeters. Look at this point. We put the beginning of the ruler on the top of the sleeve, and where is 31.5 falls on the line, we must put a mark. This distance from the top to the point, 31.5, is half of our armhole. Also here, we put the beginning of the ruler on the top of the sleeve, and whereas 31.5 fell on the line, we put a mark. Notice how wide the sleeve is now. I will now connect this distance with straight lines. These two straight lines from this point and this is the length of the armhole. And also this is the length of the round. Draw a vertical line down from the top of the sleeve, and on it we put aside 60 centimeters. And I draw the sleeves down. If this is the width of the sleeve on top, it does not mean that the bottom is the same. Take 30 centimeters below, 15 plus 15 centimeters. I'm talking about sleeves like that for one reason, so that you understand that you can do oversized clothes. Then we will circle all this with a marker. You should watch really carefully how I do it now, and you will learn how to sew sports clothes. In this tutorial, we will remember terms such as the armhole depth line and wide sleeve. For this, we built a new armhole length. Look carefully, the material is rather complicated, but very important and interesting. Now 31.5 is curved up by 2. It turns out 15.5 centimeters. This segment is equal to this. This segment is divided in half. Now each needs to be halved again. I mark it with a cross. Each segment was halved and the resulting segment was also halved. Now on the first segments from the top of the sleeve, we'll lay 1.5 centimeters up. The sleeve will pass through the crosses. We must decide in advance what is to the back and what is to the bottom band, because there are different numbers. This one to the back and this one to the bottom band. Where the back is down 0.5 and where the bottom band is down 1.5 centimeters. Top of the sleeve, the first dots are 1.5 centimeters up, then there are dots with crosses. It do not need marks. And the last, where the back is down 0.5 and where the bottom band is down 1.5 centimeters. And the last round of the sleeve. Through points 1.5 and 0.5, I circle everything with a marker. With this method, the side seam of the sleeve and the side seam will not match. We need to work on this separately. This will be studied later. Here the armhole is 1 centimeter deeper. Today the lesson turned out to be unusual. You should now be able to sew blazers. Look what happened to the sleeve. Here it is first painted in red and here is the new black one. We ended up with the sleeve, bottom band and back. We did not talk about the length of the product. We have an armhole and sleeve theme. Be different and beautiful. Subscribe to my channel, write comments, share the videos, press the like and bell buttons. We would really appreciate your support. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram platform. The link will be down below. Thank you so much for watching and we will see you in our next one. Bye!